Every time we go to a new country for the first time, we get to learn a little bit more about its culture. And now that we've been to Korea for a second time, there are still a few things that surprised us.
So here are 7 shocking things we experienced on our first and second trips to Korea. The first one being, I feel like the first time we went, we didn't truly understand the food culture, but this time, oh my gosh, the food was so good.
We had such a better time just eating food the second time than the first, just because we were able to learn more about what we should actually order and what kind of foods we should enjoy.
And just trying the different things, I feel like there's lots of vegetables and meat, and it does feel like really healthy food. I think our favorite thing that we tried this last time was bibimbap. I think I'm saying that right. There's just so many little side dishes, and then it's a meat patty that you grill, and then you mix up the bowl. Jacob got the raw beef one.
Yeah, I had no idea if I was gonna like that, and I enjoyed it more than I was expecting. I also had the egg in there too. That meal was delicious, because the first time, really the only adventurous thing we had
the cold noodles the first time, which were really good.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to cut the noodles? Am I supposed to cut the noodles?
Maybe. We tried a few things, but the one thing that we remembered from the first time by far was the Korean barbecue,
and the fried chicken.
And the fried chicken, of course. And we had that again. We were like, all right, this is solid, but we needed to branch out even more.
So if you're going to Korea, we would highly recommend researching the food so you really understand the food culture there, because once you understand it, it is so amazing.
And the next thing that we want to talk about that shocked us is that the people are extremely nice.
I mean, I think that there in the Bahamas are the 2 places that stick out in my mind whenever people ask us oh, what's the best place for this? What's the best place for that? Korea always pops up in my head. Where have the nicest people been? It's always Korea for us.
Yeah, it's just people are so willing to be helpful. They'll go out of their way to make sure that you understand something or you're put in a good situation. And I just appreciate that so much. Just in every situation, restaurants, public transportation, anything like that, people are willing to.
And it wasn't even just us. We would watch somebody helping another local on the street. It wasn't like they were treating us special because we were tourists, obviously, but we saw them helping each other. And yeah, everyone's just so nice. And I feel like you don't get that in a lot of places, that people are so willing to just help and be hospitable. So that is definitely one of the best things that shocked us about Korea. Another great shock that we had this second time was the subways are so easy to use. Even without the team money card, we would just put a few coins in, get our card, return it, get some money back. It was so easy, just made getting places so much better.
The only train that we took the first time we were in Korea was the bullet trains in between Seoul and Busan.
Yeah.
That was only one time, right?
Yeah, and then the rest we tried to take buses, which was more confusing for us, but I think this time we would have done a lot better with it if we tried them.
So then we go from our first experience of taking one bullet train and trying to do a bunch of buses to this second time when we were staying in a hotel. We did this intentionally. We were close to a metro stop, the subway. I forget what it's called, but the subway metro train. And we took that to a lot of different places throughout Seoul, and we enjoyed that. It was so easy, like Jenny was saying. And we didn't actually try to get on another bus. We did. Oh yeah. We did get on another bus that was in between Seoul and Jeonju, which we actually haven't posted that video yet.
Coming up next.
But yeah, we did that inner city bus, and it was extremely confusing. It was extremely confusing online.
It was great.
I was trying to figure it out online. I just could not do it. But what I ended up doing was finding the bus station in Seoul, and then once we were there, it was extremely easy from there.
And the bus was so nice, and we didn't even choose the nicest one, but it was great. Had a little coffee stop halfway through. It was wonderful. Okay, this one is a little bit silly and kind of funny, but when we were in other countries in Asia, soju's like a really big thing. everywhere. Like Thailand, Japan,
Yeah.
everywhere we've been.
I think even in the U.S., we definitely heard about it before going to Korea.
There's so many different flavors of soju. And so when we were going to Korea, we were like, oh my gosh, we're so excited. I bet there's going to be even more flavors when we get to Korea. And then there wasn't. It was just only the fresh flavor. And I think we found lemon once, and we really, really liked the lemon.
Jenny's extremely concerned about this. She just wants to try all the different flavors, and so do I. So do I, but we just find the fresh.
Okay, I know it's silly, but I just love the different flavors and trying the different flavors, so I was a little bit sad when we got to Korea and they only had the fresh flavor.
So don't let that shock you when you go there and find out there's only 1 or 2 flavors available.
But okay, if you are from Korea, please let us know. Like, are there different flavors there and we're just missing them?
Maybe people just like the original taste, and
It is
they're fine
very
with
refreshing.
it. Something that shocked us in our first visit in Korea was that Google Maps doesn't really work. It only works for some cases in public transportation, but we were not shocked this time. We figured it out. I had Kakao Tea and Kakao Map downloaded on my phone before we landed, and so we were all prepared to take the Kakao taxis and find out all of the public transportation. And that was honestly such a huge advantage that we didn't have the first time.
Yeah, it helped so much. Coming from America, people will go out. I go out to the grocery store, like honestly, almost in my pajamas. But in Korea, everyone looks so beautiful and put together at all times. And that was so shocking because, yeah, like we came from even different countries around the world, and people will, except for Europe. Europe is kind of like everyone looks pretty a lot too, but it, like in America, you go to the grocery store, like I'll be in my sweats.
You wear what you're comfortable in, not necessarily what looks the best.
Yeah.
But in Korea, from head to toe, from the hairstyle to the face to the clothes, like everything, people just looked so put together.
Yeah, I was like, I feel very ugly right now.
Well, yeah, because we just have the same clothes in our backpack for
For
months,
months.
and we're just traveling around in like the same like 5 t-shirts, and everybody's all nice, and we're like, I'm just trying to fit in a little bit.
Yeah, it is nice though. Like it's nice going to a place where the streets are clean, everyone looks nice and presentable. Like it was a good shock. It's
I appreciate
yeah.
that. Yeah,
we felt a little out of place sometimes.
but that's okay, because it's just so fun to see the differences in all these different countries. And another difference that we saw that is pretty shocking is like, oh, there's a lot of churches in Korea, like quite a few, right?
And we saw a lot of people like saying Jesus and stuff, and that was totally shocking to us, especially after traveling through so many countries in Asia where it really is just Buddhist, and you almost never see like a Christian or Protestant church ever.
I think we did in Singapore. That's probably like the second most, like compared to Korea. Like there's a lot of Protestant churches
In Singapore, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was really cool. I mean, that makes us feel at home because we go to a Protestant church, and we like really appreciate that. Just like we appreciate just seeing all of the cultural differences all around the world.
We definitely felt, I think, in total, this time in Korea, we felt much more at home and just comfortable, and it was obviously a lot less shocking than our first time there, but these are all of the things between the first and the second visit. But we just had an amazing time. We still have more Korea videos coming, so make sure you subscribe, and we will see you in our next Korea video, which will be in Jeonju.